Could I ask the court? I have my assistant, Ms. Farrell. She won't ask no questions. She's just going to pass me the documents when I ask them if I need them. Your Honor, she's my assistant, so Ms. Farrell.
You object?
Sir?
No objection. That's okay, sir.
So, sir, may I, Mr. Simpson, ask the court now, who assigned Mr. Supernat, that's what I know his name as, Your Honor, my Lord, who authorized this person to be my lawyer or to represent me? In section 37.3 of your same charter you have right there, I have the copy. Sorry, sir, so quote for me. A judge presiding at a trial or any other proceedings may make any order that he or she considers appropriate. I want to know if I'm getting a fair trial here, because I'm following your law, sir, and I've always been denied. So because my counselor from Jamaica hasn't been here, so I'm trying to figure out what I catch I'm getting.
For the last time, sir.
So, sir, what do you want to do then, Your Honor?
Asking you.
Your Honor.
Want to ask questions.
Yes, but first I want to know where I stand here, sir. This is the first time I get to speak about my life. Your Honor, my life is in peril right here. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I read your law says you made an oath. Any judge, not you in particular. It says any judge made an oath to be fair, honest, impartial, colorblind, and you cannot be prejudiced and racist against anyone. That's your law I'm quoting from. So if you make this quote, sir, an oath to the public, I'm not here to fight you. You're not here to fight me. You can't be prejudiced. You are like the principal here to observe what's going on, sir. How is it that it's one-sided? Prosecutor can show your law, you observe his laws, and you denied it. Let me go back. 1.71. From your culture, you see this law, and then Mr. Supernat objected, and you agreed. Why I'm showing you your own law now, and you always deny me my charter? So, sir, I'm guilty then. Find me guilty. Give me life imprisonment, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so go ahead, sir.
So he doesn't want to answer. For the record, quote, I asked him 37.3 of his own charter and criminal code that he is supposed to follow with the law, and he doesn't want to answer. So as I move on now, I want the people to see this. I hope this is recorded here. Okay.
Do you have any questions left for the constable?
Okay, because so I leave peacefully. I don't want to say this now. If I leave peacefully, them have peer hearsay argument. I think we have no more question than a judge, Your Honor. I think we should make it just go on and you just have the time now. I mean, just finish with him. Because if they don't see no evidence, they don't see no thing, I don't want to waste the court time. So, Your Honor, so this person that they claim then, that I threatened, why haven't they brought to the court in front of you then, Your Honor? Since this is the person, the judge, but I'm here today because over there, that courthouse, I left peacefully.
Any question for the witness on the last time?
Sorry, no, it doesn't seem so, Judge. I'm trying to get this last one out to ask them, where is the person then? I threatened over here because they are the ones then who let the case be in proceedings right now. Because I left the appeal court peacefully, sir, as you heard and saw, and I come over here then, and I was arrested over here. I'm waiting for my testimony time, and I have the last then for sure. Wait then. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
If I ask you the questions in English, do you feel comfortable while I'll be asking you in English, but you will be answering in French? Do you understand English well? I prefer in French.
Très bien.
Did you know Mr. Simpson before the 31st of March 2015?
J'avais déjà vu, mais j'avais pas eu à faire avec lui.
I saw him already before, but I did not have to deal with him. Your work at the Court of Appeal, you said earlier that you are a technician. The services that you render for your team, are they designated for the people or for the judges?
Directement avec les citoyens, mais évidemment, ça inclut les juges aussi.
Directly with the citizens, but it includes also with the judges.
Éloigné du fond, était venu devant moi et il m'a demandé à parler à un greffier.
And Mr. Simpson stepped away from Mrs. Dufour and he came to speak to me, and he asked to speak to him. He spoke to you in Welsh language. Did you understand correctly what he was saying?
Donc, mon anglais est loin d'être parfait, mais quand c'est des phrases qu'on entend couramment au comptoir, évidemment, je suis capable de...
My English is far from perfect, but when it's words or phrases that we hear often. So yes, understood. So he wants to speak to a clerk. And what happens later?
Après la deuxième fois qu'il m'a posé la question, j'ai répondu que j'étais greffière.
After the second time that he had asked the questions, I have answered to him that I'm a clerk.
À ce moment-là, il m'a dit qu'il voulait parler à un juge.
At that moment, he told me that he wants to speak to a judge.
Il m'a dit qu'il voulait parler à un juge.
He told me he wanted to speak to a judge.
Il parlait beaucoup. Ce que moi, j'ai retenu de ça, c'est qu'il se disait victime d'injustice.
What I understood from that he was a victim of justice.
Il continuait à demander à parler à un juge. J'ai dit une autre fois que je ne pouvais pas l'aider.
He continued still to say that he wants to speak to a judge, and I told him that I cannot help him.
À ce moment-là, il m'a demandé mon nom.
And then after that, he asked me for my name.
C'était évident pour moi que ça ne servait à rien de continuer la conversation.
It was evident for me that not to continue this conversation.
Et comme je trouvais j'avais peur, alors j'ai appuyé sur le bouton qu'on dit de panique, le bouton de l'alerte.
Seeing that, I was afraid, so I pushed the panic button, the alarm button.
Je me suis reculée.
And I backed off. What are the consequences when this button is being pushed?
Les constables arrivent.
The constables arrive. Did you pass in the past? Did you already push that button?
Ça arrive pas souvent.
It doesn't happen often. Okay.
Peut-être, je ne sais même pas si on fait comme 4-5 fois par année.
I do not know if we do it like 4 or 5 times per year. And for you to push that button, what was his behavior? What was his behavior?
Il parlait fort, il gesticulait.
He spoke out loud, he gesticulated. You pushed the button, and what
Comme je répète, moi je me suis reculée.
I backed off.
Puis je me souviens plus précisément, mais habituellement c'est une question de secondes avant que les constables arrivent.
I do not remember, but it's a question of seconds before the constable arrives.
I will try in English. I'll do my best in English. I see a prejudice that the sufferer will choose because of the hypothesis raised by my confrère, being if the answer would be to the hypothesis that we don't always call for constables, then the tribunal could come to a conclusion based on that hypothesis and qualify the behavior of the accused.
Okay, would you like to reply? I can rephrase if you grant the objection of my colleague, I will rephrase, but that is my goal, to know the degree of tolerance.
Okay, fine. The objection is overruled for the following grounds. First of all, we are here for the search of the truth. Secondly, I'm a judge alone. I'm not a judge, I'm not a jury. And as a judge alone, I'm able to apply the choses.
The right part of things.
Thank you. So,
in the past, did it occur that people spoke out loud or strongly, and you did not have to push the button?
Oui, ça arrive régulièrement.
Yes, it happens regularly. Okay. And between the quantum of speaking normally after speaking loudly or yelling, on what level was Mr. Simpson at?
Disons qu'au niveau de la tonalité,
did the alleged victim reasonably have reasons to feel harassed and so on? In that extent, I don't think at this moment that the question is not only irrelevant, but certainly not illegal. So the question, where was situated Mr. Simpson, according to her, in that spectrum between the one who speaks very slow and the other one who shouts, if I may say so?
alors je dirais qu'il était comme à la limite du parler fort.
I would say that it was on the limit with
Avant l'équipe.
Before, or otherwise said, that you like yelling.
Before, what's your answer again?
Avant l'équipe.
Before yelling.
Je veux dire, il ne criait pas, il parlait le plus fort que je suppose qu'il pouvait parler.
He spoke out loud the most possible before, but he did not yell.
Object object, my confrère is suggesting very, very directly what would be something that the tribunal may define, but let's take the Oxford Dictionary and not suggest anything coming from my confrère to be something, shouting that for some, maybe screaming. Because to my understanding, personally, and you see, maybe everyone will have a different definition, but for me personally, those are synonyms. But there's one, a suggestion that is made to the witness.
And the court has to know what kind of behavior Mr. Simpson displayed on that day. And if they are synonyms for my colleague, those terms of screaming and shouting, they are not for the law, because those are two different words. Therefore, it may appear suggestive that I'm only asking for the events to come out. How did he behave, Mr. Simpson? Was he screaming? Was he shouting? Was he fighting?
But now I keep thinking, Ms. Benoit is not fluent in English. So another reason why this question is illegal. She asked to testify in French, and she, with a lot of specificity, explained the tonality of the words spoken by Mr. Simpson. Avant le cri. Il parlait très fort. So I think it's illegal for my confrère to suggest in a language that the witness is not comfortable in, for it to be deposited as evidence for the tribunal eventually to assess. So it's an illegal question based on that matter. I believe my word.
And what was your state of mind?
J'étais terriblement stressée.
I was terribly stressed. In what time of the conversation with Mr. Simpson did you feel that state of mind of being stressed and logically being stressed?
Quand j'ai vu que j'avais pas d'autre choix que d'appuyer sur
When I saw that I did not have any other choices except for pushing the button.
How do you believe the evidence should be made regarding a trial harassment? When the law, when the jurisprudence learned that teach that harassment means is a link with there is an objective and a subjective element. So you could be feel harassed by me, but Mr. Baron not. So I have to examine the circumstances and the profile of the witness.
I agree, but I believe that we should remain in the event of March 21st and what happened for the hard evidence to establish yes or no beyond the reasonable doubt if there were harassment, but not to compare with hypothesis. If my confrère has a precise other event of a man or a woman that came to the clerk's office, that met with Madame Benoit, and that she did not have to press the button, well, fine. But that's not what we have here. It's just to compare with general hypotheses and opinions of the witness. I don't think that's hard evidence.
You allow me a quick question? So how would you say, considering that you press that button 4 times or maybe 5 times a year, how would you describe your tolerance to present?
How would you describe your tolerance towards the frustration of people who present themselves there?
Je dirais que j'ai beaucoup d'expérience en la matière.
I would say that I have already a lot of experience in that matter.
Donc, je dirais qu'avec le temps, avec l'expérience, je suis devenue très tolérante.
So I would say with time and experience, I have a lot of tolerance.
Just want to put a record. I'm sorry, Madam. I'm sorry you made a decision. I apologize, but I want to put a record just to be stated if whatever happens in the future. I'm uncomfortable with this kind of questions because they're not relevant to what happened March 21st, and it's again, rôle 6, l'accessibilité,
Bring
the
down the
témoin
credibility of the witness.
for the Crown to try and convince on not facts related to the matter of the character. Indirectly, that's what he's doing, making evidence of the character of the accused. That's indirectly what you cannot do directly. I think that's best. That's the best way I can present the objection I made earlier.
We will qualify your title as a technician, but it's a bit can't you say that you're a clerk.
Les employés de la Cour d'appel sont tous qualifiés.
The employees of the Court of Appeal are all clerks. There was not an unknown person which spoke to you on the 21st of March.
Si le fait d'avoir déjà vu quelqu'un signifie que je le connais, oui.
If the fact is that I saw already somebody before, then yes.
Et la raison pour laquelle vous le connaissiez, c'est vous saviez qu'il était une personne se représentant sans avocat devant la Cour d'appel.
Representing himself alone without a lawyer in the Court of Appeal.
Probablement, je n'ai pas souvenir de comment on m'avait, je sais pas, j'ai pas de souvenir de ça.
Is it known to you that Mrs. Simpson was known generally among all the clerks that he you were told about Mrs. Simpson having gathered that information?
Oui.
Yes.
Ce que je me souviens, c'est qu'on m'avait dit que Maître Dufour répondait à M. Simpson quand il se présentait au comptoir.
What I remember that Maître Dufour was answering Mr. Simpson when he was at the counter. So it's among all of you, the clerks of the court, that you discussed about those kind of people which represent themselves alone and don't have a legal counsel being informed in regards to special rules of the law or regulations of the law.
Exact.
Pas nécessairement.
Not necessarily.
Mais entre autres.
But among others, considering that only a lawyer can point out the rules of law.
Alors, entre autres, ces personnes-là sont des gens qui se représentent seuls.
Those people are people which are representing themselves alone, that they are referred
à un juriste.
to a
Je répondrai encore, pas nécessairement. Ça
And
peut
I
être
would
des
answer,
avocats aussi.
and I would answer also, not necessarily, lawyers also. So the gentleman asked to speak to a clerk, and you have answered why.
N'est-ce pas?
Isn't it true?
Oui. Ah ben, à quel sujet?
To what subject, or I do not know. Is it asked why organized the reason for why you have asked why?
Je sais pas moi ce que ça a provoqué chez lui.
I do not know what it provoked on him. His tone of voice or his behavior did not change when you asked him why. You are not disposed of answering to the questions of Mr. Simpson because he treated like dealt with a retarded person. Once the gentleman calls you clerk, that's the moment when you told him that you are the clairvoyant clerk in French.
Oui.
Yes. So why the initial questioning, I would like to speak to a clerk, you did not present yourself as being a clerk?
Parce que je voulais savoir à quel sujet. Je règle pas tous les problèmes de la Cour d'appel, comme plusieurs secrétariats, et entre chacun sa spécialité.
Because I wanted to know in regards to what subject, because there were a lot of us there, and I wanted to know in regards to what subject. On the 21st of March 2013, due to the fact that you have known already Mr. Simpson and knew about that he's a difficult one.
Si on peut dire, oui.
If we could say so, yes. You spoke already before the 21st of March 2013, along with the expression of the Simpson case.
Je dirais probablement,
I would
j'en
say
ai pas
probably,
souvenir.
but I do not recall over them in a more different terms.
Par exemple,
For example,
qu'il est très difficile.
that he's very difficult, being indeed that he's difficult, and other opinion that he's not polite.
Alors, est-ce possible?
So is it possible that you have spoken in regards to the Simpson case? Polite. So among yourselves, did you speak about the case of Mr. Simpson
Jusqu'à...
until
Il est fou, M.
he's
Simpson.
crazy, Mr. Simpson?
Au moment où cette journée-là, le
At that
21
moment, on the 21st of March,
moi, j'avais pas eu affaire avec M. Simpson, donc je il se peut qu'on ait parlé de lui, mais moi, je peux pas savoir que c'est lui qui est là devant moi, dont on a parlé.
I did not have to deal with Mr. Simpson, but in the past, yes, I knew that he was there.